Greetings, family. But it turns out that back, yes, there's a lot of excitement going on. A lot of people try to get on and it crashes us. So we're just going to be patient, okay? We're just going to be patient. And we're gonna take our time. We're gonna walk through this, and we're gonna be happy. And we're not gonna let the demons defeat us. Now, if I recall, thank you. Can somebody tell me where I left off? Somebody tell me where I left off. What was the last thing you heard me say? Thanks, honey. Is that okay? Thank you. Let's see if somebody can tell us.
Getting started with Eddie, somebody said.
We were just starting with Eddie, huh?
Eddie's first report. Start with today.
Really? I have to go all the way back. Gosh almighty. I already did all of this, family. So much already. Why do I just read it without giving you all the comments that I said? Because you can't do that, Frank. I know. Seriously. All right. Norwegian officials. Did I tell you about that? See what they say about the Norwegian officials on television are saying that they have been instructed to allow the oil flow through Turkey for the Kurds per the oil agreement. Did I tell you about Norwegian oil people?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Good.
Saying yes, yes, yes.
Good. Talabani is on television and saying that the oil agreement. Okay, good. Television is showing tankers are on alert for the resumption of the oil Turkey. We have oil moving in all directions, Mr. Frank. Shafat News says that Iraq's central to USA, despite Trump's America First policy. It seems like we got those jerks from Parliament that are back again trying to cause trouble because we know what President Trump has done for us here in Iraq. Did we say all that?
The last thing you said was the Norwegian oil.
That was the first thing we said.
It says the last time.
All right, let us continue then. So, and then Barzani's on television and he's saying that the new deal was made with Baghdad. It will return Kurdistan to the global energy market. We are all returning back to that, Mr. Frank. Our oil is moving in every direction thanks to Turkey helping us with this. And they just told us that Baghdad will return Kurdistan to the global energy market. And then did I show you this? I said the global energy market does not mess around with 1310. Frank, breaking news. I'm sorry to right now at this time of the day, but the television says that the state director of oil for SOMO will be holding a press conference today at 5 p.m. to discuss tomorrow's resumption of oil flow in the pipelines. The oil is moving, sir. They are now talking about the budget. They are now hinting about HCl. We will tell you more. I will me. I will appreciate anything you want to share from this meeting. Now, this was late last night when I told you about yeah. So Norwegian. So you knew I had the day off yesterday, and last night is when all this information came in. You see, look at the times up there. Five. You see that this is yesterday. So I will appreciate anything that you want to share from that meeting because I believe it's going to be packed with information of what we're looking at right now. Yesterday, still coming in late in the evening, around 7 o'clock at night. What happened? The meeting was a conference where he, the oil minister, and the people from Somo said, "We have reached an agreement. We've been working on this after 2 years, and now all the revenue sharing is completed. And all the oil that we promised will resume." Mr. Frank, this is a big deal. We You called it the linchpin. This will enhance our economy, and all international oil companies are in here and they have all agreed. He keep talking about that. However, that was if nothing really new that we didn't already know from yesterday. It's got a little choppy. So basically, he's just saying, yeah, they've agreed on the oil. The oil is flowing. We know that it's going to help the budget. It's going to help our economy. And it's nothing really new that we didn't know from yesterday. All right. So let's just keep an eye on it, though, okay? But please keep sending. Like I told you, this meeting will be power packed with information for our monetary reform study. It's coming to an end. Frank said, it doesn't make any sense. Said they will start with 190,000 barrels a day. Oh, I didn't see that. 190,000 barrels a day. And this has been, I talk, uh, talks for months, but finally reached agreement. And this will be a long term fix, not a temporary fix. That's a good point, gentlemen. That is a very good point. Yeah. Aki was going crazy over this. He was like, I told you. I said, yeah, all right, whatever. To which I said, well, all right, praise God. So far, so good. Please keep sending me from this meeting. Then he says, maybe tomorrow we'll have better news. It's getting late even for us. We'll communicate with you tomorrow. I said, thank you. And then, at 8:35, the first report comes in, and he says, they just showed earlier today that the oil reached Turkey. Do you know what that means, Mr. Frank? It means that our oil is now on the way to global markets. It sure does, Eddie. And so is your new currency value, not the lower notes, but the value of it. Frank, television is showing Sudani on the phone with Berzani. What's up, homie? I'm doing okay. How about you, Sudani? I'm all right. And Berzani thanked Sudani. Berzani thanked Sudani, Eddie? Yeah, for what? Berzani thanks Sudani for getting the obstacles cleared for this to happen. What is this, Eddie? The movement of the oil, the budget opening up, and possibly, Frank, they're hinting at the gas oil law. And then Sudani thanked Berzani for all he did as well for this to happen. Both then of them agreed this set up for the passage of the long awaited oil and gas law. They just said that. Yes, Mr. Frank. Wait, they say they want to pass the gas law? No, they said that what this oil stuff, this stuff, this stuff that's going on with the oil flowing and moving and all the, you know, flow, baby, flow. Yeah, 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 yeah. What about it? It's bringing in the money. I know. What about it? Well, they're telling us that we're going to use the oil and gas law. Well, that law belongs to you. You're the Iraqi citizen. The oil of the country of Iraq belongs to you, citizens. It doesn't belong to the government. But the government takes it and uses it to take care of you, Iraqi citizens. All right. It's a dog chasing its tail, which is okay in this case. But what did you just say? They've agreed that they're going to set this up for the passage of the long-awaited oil and gas law. All of this is to set up the passage of the long-awaited oil and gas law. Well, that's the HCL. We think. No, 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 no. There is no we think. That's what it is. Eddie, you know very well, I've told you a billion times, the moment you see the HCL being presented to you, within nanoseconds, you're going to see the new exchange rate. Has it been presented to you, the HCL? No, not yet. Within nanoseconds, they'll present to you the HCL and the new exchange rate. There's too many things that are going on all at once. It's that collision at that intersection that we talked about. Frank, the television says that both Sudani and Barzani agree. This is massive. This paves the way for the HCL to be passed. What'd you say, Eddie? It paves the way for the HCL to be passed. Oh, you're over there. uh, I was like, well, I'll keep quiet because I already told him about it, right? So what else? And then he says, now the news says Iraq has opened its doors to the world with the opening of the Development Road Project. They told us it's a project of 100 billion income revenue projects of the century. Well, that's serious stuff, Eddie. Do you honestly think that all these investors are coming in at at a very low exchange rate for your currency? Do you think that they're going to come in if your banks are not secured? With Iran stealing, Frank, Iran doesn't exist anymore. Oh, tell me about it, Eddie. No, 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 Mr. Frank. Let me get you straight on this, okay? You see, Iran was really fortified by four groups. The 4-H Club. Oh, you know about them? What about the Houthis, the Hittites, all that? What about them? They don't exist anymore. I know. Well, then, to be honest with you, Iran, technically, quote unquote, they don't really exist anymore. Yeah, I know. Whatever happened to Maliki? I'll never tell you. So, yeah, all these companies, 100 billion income revenues projects, you would lose all that at 1310. You would lose all that. It would erode it away. Yeah, it would just like rust on metal. It would erode it away. Frank. So I kept quiet about the 8 cell at this point. Frank, the the technicality, the technicality behind the HCL, it has to, it has, it had to be already approved because that deals with giving the citizens our wealth from the oil revenue, like you were telling us. And you will have to have some type of a rate to know what to divide up. So passing the HCL in Parliament is just a formality. Yeah, I know. And that's exactly right. Because 1310 is not capable of giving you a percentage that has any value or any respect. Yeah, I know. And that's why I told you. The moment you hear them talking about the HCL within nanoseconds, you'll see the new exchange rate. And they're talking about it, right? No. Beyond talked about it. What do you mean, Eddie? You say, Mr. Frank. When they give us the HCL, we see the new rate. Yeah. What if I told you they gave us the HCL? then I would tell you that you're not telling me the truth because I know they didn't today, did they? Well, okay. Well, what if I tell you that they told that they're gonna give us the HCL? Then I would agree with you. To which I then say to these gentlemen, um, exactly. Is this straight? They can see it. Exactly, Mr. Sammy. That's why I suggested that the HCL is next with the oil flowing now. There has to be a new calculation for it, a new exchange rate, because 1310 is suicidal for the oil companies, for the Iraqi National Oil Company. They are leaving money on the table, and with all due respect, this oil would not be flying without a different exchange rate because it never did before at 1310. There's a great reason why it's flowing now because it's profitable now. Today, 12 in the afternoon. On the news, again, it says that the United States of America confirms its participation in helping Iraq with the opening of the pipeline to Turkey because it will benefit the United States of America. That's our relationship with you guys. Trump wants to help us, we want to help him. But more so, it looks like we need to pay up. Television showing that from Kurd officials. That's the Ministry of Trade of Iraq has entered the global market. And this is very important. So they made an announcement to the citizens. We are now in the global market. No, you're not. Yes, we are. Then we would see the evidence in many different counters, different places, wouldn't we? When we say so. Well, why are you talking about it? Preparation. Why? Don't want it to be a shock. Why? Mustn't fail. Okay, stop. Just stop. Television showing that from the Kurds officials, that's the Ministry of Trade, that the Ministry of Trade of Kurdistan has entered the global markets. And this is very important for all of us here. I say to him, gentlemen, look, look, everybody, okay? Everybody, even the camel catchers that I created. Look, everybody from Sudani to Chile to Alawi, they are all talking about the oil and gas distribution now because the oil is now flowing. That is, and what is it that is flowing? Your HCl. And the moment that we see the HCl within nanoseconds, you will see the new exchange rate in my very, very, very strong opinion. They're talking to you about HCl. There are many articles talking about the oil and gas distribution now. This is getting down to the final countdown, gentlemen. We need more information from that meeting that they were talking about the oil flowing through Turkey. I'm telling you, it is buried with information for us. Frank, Somo's on the news again. They say Iraq can transport even more oil once the Cheyenne ports open. Yeah. I said to him, with so much oil, with so much of your oil moving all over the freaking world, your IQD is going to be used for buying and selling and trading globally, which is part of the float. It will add more value to your currency. Gentlemen, I need your help. Find this for me. They can't read it. On it, really? Oh my good. Now it threw up on me. Oh Lord. I, Gentlemen, so I took a picture, or excuse me, someone took a picture of this. They sent it to me. We blew it up and we sent it to Eddie, and we said, "Guys, can you help us and tell us, is this what they're telling you?" So he says to me, or I say to him, "Eddie, I have a family in Iraq that has just told me that, hey, Frank, a family member in Iraq has just sent us, just text me that on Iraqi television they just reported that they have completed the banking reform. If this is true, wow, wow." So then I said, "Gentlemen, see if Mr. Sammy can get me more, and you get on the TV and find out what you can." See if Mr. Sammy has heard anything about the monetary reform being fully completed and now being introduced to you citizens. Also, see if you can translate what it says at the bottom of this picture that I sent you from the television. Where supposedly they just made this announcement about what I just said. Frank, Eddie says they are showing Sudani and the CBI Bank on TV. We are, and they have completed. They said they have completed the reforms and now moving on for more. You can confirm this? Yeah. They just told you the monetary reforms are complete and now they're going to move to the next to more. You know what more is, to introduce you to the lower notes, man, and to the rate. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. To which I then say, I wish you could see this with me. Yeah. So let me start out by showing you what hey, do you guys understand? You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you understand the seriousness of this announcement, gentlemen? You're about to get a new exchange rate in the lower notes. It's that simple. That's what the monetary reform project has been promising you, and that's what the promise from Sudani that he guaranteed to you, Mr. Frank. We know all that. It is so wonderful that they say that they are modernizing the financial system. They what? They just said they modernized, but that isn't modern. They modernized the financial system here in Iraq, and I said, well, 1310 is an ancient history. The modernization of your bank is at least $1 and above. And he says, yeah, yeah, to start the float, yeah. But Sammy, but Sammy thinks it's going to be higher, 386 or higher coming out. Yeah, okay, that's Sammy's opinion. Sammy says exactly, yeah, Frank, how we're going modernize. How are we going to modernize at 1310 into a financial system? Very good, Sammy. So yeah, Sammy agreed with what I said to him. How are we gonna do what they're saying at 1310? I tell him, I said, hey gentlemen, I still think that, and here's my opinion, okay? Here's what I think. And I don't mind talking about it because it's just my opinion, and we're at the precipice of this. I still think it'll be about $1 to $1.25. But if it really is a true reinstatement, then 322 to 386 is the number they should consider. Let's see what happens by the end of this month, especially around the signing of Oliver Wine. By the way, I love Sunday into a Monday. Sunday is the start of your business day. Monday is the start of my business day. Let's see what happens as the month comes to an end. especially around the 28th when Oliver Wyman's papers are supposed to be signed by every Iraqi bank. He's and then, they're excited. They're excited. Then he says, "Hey," Eddie says, "they are definitely picking up what you're putting down today, Mr. Frank." I never knew they talked this way. So they're so excited. Yeah, they are definitely putting down what you or picking up what you've been putting down. Yeah, I never lied to you, never misled you, never give you false hopes. I only kicked the camera. I never, I never hurt anybody over there, did I, Eddie? We just helped. We didn't break anybody's hearts. We didn't exaggerate. Eddie says they are definitely picking up what you're putting down, Mr. Frank, today. Sir, with this oil starting, it's all tied in with the HCL. I know. That's why I asked you guys, do you understand what's going on here? Sammy says it's all coming together. We couldn't start the oil without the HCL being set. Boom! The moment you see the HCL, because everything was set up for the HCL in order for this to be activated and be able to share. But what was it waiting for, Eddie? What was it waiting for, Eddie? A new president in America? Yeah, possibly, yeah. Frank, with this oil starting, it's all tied in. Yes. With the HCL, Sammy says it's all coming together. We couldn't start any of this without the HCL being set. Frank, here's the picture that you sent us. You're right. So I sent back the picture to them, and they saying they fixed the banking system in Iraq. They saying they fixed the banking system in Iraq. The way to fix it is by getting rid of Iranian influence, political influence, restructuring the CBI, removing the auctions, improving the security on the strip on the currents, every ATM, new ones, get rid of the old ones. Why? They got the software for it. Yeah, yeah, you're right, sir. It is saying that they fixed the banking system in Iraq. Uh, Here's more pictures of what they're saying to us. To which I then say, gentlemen, if you can get me more pictures like this off the TV, I would appreciate it with the translation because over the weekend, I have a strong feeling they're about to tell you much more on how they are about to give you purchasing power. Please see if you can help me. Thank you, because they are screaming everything to you now. They are screaming everything to you now. And, oh, oh, be darn. Look, sweetheart, that's in someone's home in Iraq. They're watching me on the television. I wonder if that's Eddie. I mean, it would have to be. I see the hook. I see. Oh, he likes roses. Family, who's that right down in here? Who's that? That's Frank 26. all over Iraq. Mission accomplished, sir. Well, oh, thank you. Here's another announcement off the TV. Look at that. Alert! Emergency! That's pretty cool. For those of you that can read the Arabic language, hopefully that you understand that they're introducing a new monetary reform to the Iraqi citizens. Mr. Frank, so far right now, we have one station that's out, but our regular television station here, there is one here in Baghdad. And it has like soap operas. It doesn't have any ticker, but we're all on alert, still watching and waiting. We will let you know the moment we hear anything else. By the way, Sammy says, good old Sammy. By the way, Sammy says, the television earlier, when they were talking about the banking reforms, I told you every freaking day, when they were talking about the banking reforms, they said that they were going to head they were going to go, oh, see, go ahead. I'm sorry. They said, okay, let me do this. This is too good, man. Frank, Sammy says that on the TV earlier, when they were talking about the banking reforms, being completed and all, they said that they were going to go ahead with the completion of many parts of our banking reform, and they said that our banking reform is linked to the hydrocarbon law, the HCL, because of the progress of the new deal, and they're saying it's going ahead. Shiite. Look at this, family. Let's break this down. So Sammy says it on television. Yeah, they told us that the banking reforms, no, no, monetary reform, Frank. Okay, okay, okay. That the banking and the monetary reform, they said they are going to go ahead with the completing of the banking reforms, and it's linked. Look right there. And these banking reforms that are now completed are linked to the hydrocarbon law. Yes, because well, everything is because it's all connected. There are line items in the budget. I told you, and and a lot, and I didn't say I told you so. I just said I told you. And the line items are all checked off, and that was the pre like pre-op, the steps that were needed to get everything in position. Okay, ready? All right, spring the trap. Give me the new exchange rate. This is the trap. Everything that we've set up. It's called the monetary reform. Oh dear God. And it's linked to it because of the progress of this oil deal. And it's going ahead. They said, and it's going ahead. And then look at he gets excited again, and he says, sure thing. This is a sure thing. So basically, Frank, Iraq announced on the television that they're moving forward with these new banking reforms, and they're connecting it with the progress of the hydrocarbon law. It's all part of the latest efforts that they just have shared with us. Yeah, you should enjoy that. Sure thing, man. I mean, they told us the banking reforms are done, and they said that the HCL the HCL that belongs to us citizens, that we're going to get a part of the oil that's moving right now, that we're going to get a part of it and it belongs to us. And all of this that is happening is because it's because of this oil moving this because of this agreement. To which then I responded, and that's when I sat down with you. Right when I sat down with you at the beginning of the first UB2B, yeah. And I said, "Oh, look, they just sent something." And then that's because it was look right when we were starting our UB2B at 6 o'clock. You see that? So I said, "Gentlemen, do you realize what's happening? Do you realize what's happening?" Okay, I'm asking a sincere question. This is a major announcement. They've been making many announcements for about 2 months now, but this is it. We all know the oil is flowing, and we all know what the oil money revenues is for. It means that the money is coming in for the budget, which should open up 12-2C and eradicate 1310. And then they tell you today that the monetary reform has been completed, but that has been completed, but 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 that means that 1310 has been eradicated, removed, and they are about to give you the purchasing power they so promised. So I'm looking forward to the signing of the Oliver Wyman documentation. That's tomorrow. Huh. They're telling you that they're going to give you purchasing power. Do you realize this? I know you're a member of KTFOs.com. I know you are. And I strongly suggest that you come in to our forum. I strongly suggest that you come into our forum because look, thank you, Claire. I don't even know if y'all can see these. Is the angle good there, babe?
Yeah, you want it zoomed
Yeah, go ahead. I'll hold it up. It won't. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but this is your homework on what I've given you tonight, family. And crude oil reaches Turkey on the path to global markets. Blue title HCL. Start your engines. Start your engines, man. Look, I mean and then they talk about what's happening Saturday today on the 27th. Well, you got to read this. Look how long that is. Next article. The Prime Minister receives a phone call from the federal Prime Minister. Blue title HCL. Nanoseconds later, you will see the rate. They're talking about the HCL for the crime. The Kurdistan region, I'm sorry, KRG Prime Minister expressed his hopes that this agreement would pave the way for the approval of the federal oil and gas law. I'm sorry, that's the ACL. That's exactly what that is. Thank you. New Barzani calls on Sudani to find a radical solution to the salaries and benefits of the Kurdistan region. Well, the solution was the new exchange rate because we all know they've been paid. And when you look at this, the regional government prime minister expressed hope. Well, there it is again. What? The gas and oil. HCL. Yeah, we know. I mean, how many times you want to say it? Hundreds of times. It mustn't fail with them. Next article. The resumption of Kurdistan oil exports raise Iraq's exports to 3.65 million barrels. Well, we talked about that. What do I say with the blue title? Buy, sell, and trade with the IQD is extremely good for the new exchange rate. This article, Masoud Barzani thanks Washington. Resuming Kurdistan oil exports is a win for all Iraqis. Blue title. Trump says, "You're welcome. You're welcome." Sudani calls Kurdistan leaders and thanks them for the historic oil agreement. What is the blue title? Shoulder to shoulder is very good for the monetary reform. Darn right. Right in here, look at pressing wealth and distributing it equitably to all Iraqis across the country. What? The HCL. Last night at my grandson's football game, while the cheerleaders were saying, give me an R, give me an A, give me," I was, give me an H, give me a C, give me an L. What's that spell? Push him back, way back. Would you like a bank story? Paul, if you're listening, go ahead and turn down the volume on your football game and allow me to call you because Paul, every now and then it happens. And it happened to you, Paul. In fact, it happened to two other people besides you, but I don't have the time to bring all these bank stories. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to call someone that might be able to lift your spirits even higher than what the CBI did today. Yeah. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. All right, let's try it one more time.
Hello?
Oh, I'm so glad you answered. Well, I was supposed to call you Gator. Is that right?
Well, you already said my name, so you might as well.
I did, didn't I? How stupid of me. Well, I'll still call you Gator. Hey, brother.
Okay.
My goodness, every now and then, we get a story that's just so good. I've learned to be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet, and I want you to take over, okay? When you're
Okay.
done, let me know, and then I'll hit you with some questions. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I've been in this process many years like you. I go back to this process to 16, and we've been hearing it's going to come in, it's going to come in and come in, and there's a lot of circumstances that had to play out for this to happen. And when this story is really told, it's going to even blow your mind. And I got the opportunity to meet the Trump team back in 2023 down in Doral at his golf course. And it was the Great Awakening series that I went to. So I got to meet with a lot of, his high profile staff, generals, secondary people. And they confirmed everything that was being told about the cryptocurrencies, and currencies were all going to be changed. So I went ahead and purchased them over the years.
Good.
And during this course, then as we got closer and listening to you and a few other of the gurus, which I wish that someone could have instructed from the Trump organization how they should deliver this message to the masses without confusing and causing so much, animosity between everybody.
They did.
And it's sad. And I'm battling it every day where I live, because I live in a very socialist area of Florida. There's only a few of them now left, and I happen to live in one of them.
Gotcha.
But anyway, and I won't say anything more than that. People that are listening that have probably know me will know what's going down. But anyway, I've done my research with the banks.
Mm-hmm.
I had the worst experience with Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
I won't deal with them.
Yeah.
I'll never deal with them.
I know.
And then I went on to J.P. Morgan.
Okay.
And two of the branches said, we don't deal in exotic currencies. We'll never deal in it. It's a scam.
Okay.
And I have a sister that works in the banking industry. She told me it was a scam. So, and I'm the oldest of 8. And, basically my family's been split up because of this whole situation, what's going down. And it's sad, because we had a really close family. And, but anyway, I digress. But I walked into one of the banks here.
What state are you in? What state are you in?
I walked into another bank in Gainesville that I hadn't dealt with, but my dad had dealt with them
You're
for
now,
many years.
What state are you in? Florida?
I'm in
Florida.
Yes.
And what bank, sir? What bank?
It was PNC Bank,
Boom,
and
something different.
and
Go
they
ahead.
gave me the best feeling of ever. I said, first of all, I asked them, "Are you going to be charging any kind of services to exchange?" After I set up an account, then I said, the reason why I'm setting this account is because I'm going to be exchanging, foreign currency.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I have amassed a large amount of foreign currencies from all over the world."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Good." He says, and then I talked to him about the cryptos, and he was really more excited about the crypto. He wanted to know what I had in that.
I'm sure he was.
Because they're going to utilize certain currency cryptos to move all this currency. And if you've studied it too, the ones that are, it's not going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not have the rails to move this currency.
We don't need to go into that. Tell us your story, please.
Okay, so he was very nice. I set the account up, and I've been checking back over the last 5 months since I opened an account with them. I opened it, back in April, and no, we're still not doing it. So I said, I heard a lot of stuff today that the oil was flowing this morning at 6 a.m. It was flowing in Iraq. Yep. And I'm a businessman. There is no way that they're going to start moving this amount of oil without having a different rate than 13.10, like you said.
Yeah.
So they had to change the currency. And I said, I don't want to wait too long because, I'd like, and I'm going to ask you a question if you can answer it. That's up to you. But, everybody keeps saying they're going to have different rates for different people and all that. I said, there's no way that they could do that because it would cause mass hysteria about that. I mean, there's got to be just one rate for the masses. Do you agree with that?
You're talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You cannot have a dual currency rates. No, it's against the law. There's only one rate, and that's
a sore subject because there's so many people on the net and around the country that is telling there's going to be different rates. They're going to give people.
They're going to join my group, join my humanitarian United Nation group, and we're going to give you $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 a dinar. And they mail them their dinars, and they put them in a bank, and they draw interest because of your ignorance. There's only one rate.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So that's the main question I had. And when I set this appointment up, when I called this morning, I didn't think I was going to get through. First of all, they said the lobbies weren't open. Okay, I said okay. But they said please hold. So I wait about 2 or 3 minutes, and all of a sudden, a well-spoken, I didn't realize he was in another country. He answers the phone, and he says, I said I want to set up an appointment. He says, well, what's it regarding? I said, I need to talk to your investment brokers at the bank. I'm getting ready to, I've been told by many sources that the rates have changed and you're going to be setting appointments. And I want to be the first to get an appointment with, because my theory is if I get in quick and it's a fair rate, you can use that money to invest in other things before they explode, such as gold and silver, which is getting ready to explode, and more of the cryptos that are going to be moving this currency. And he says, yes, we can set you up for currency exchange. And he asked me what currencies I had, and I told him the 3 that I had, and the 2 that you're I guess you're still dealing in, the dinar and dong. But the other one that surprised me, and I had heard from my sources, my intelligence sources, that Venezuela is now back under our control, and they're going to be a part of this reevaluation.
So what happened at the bank?
So, I have an appointment. I got, and my concern was, is this legit? Because I didn't know if. I actually called PNC Bank Gainesville, but I'm transferred to Taiwan, or not Taiwan, but the Philippines, to make this appointment. And he says, we'll be sending you a confirmation while I'm on the line with you.
Good.
So I got the confirmation. So I have an appointment this coming up week.
Okay. Monday, I think you said, right?
Yes, I did. I just didn't want to telegraph that too many, because I'm sure I got people that know me that are listening too.
I'm sorry. Well,
and a couple of family members. So I didn't want one of them to know when I was going, but that's okay.
well, the thing is, though, they can change that on you, but why? I was just curious why they did that day. So, anyways, so back to the story. So, PNC basically is telling you that no, it's not a scam, and we can take care of you. And they're
That's
not,
correct.
and now they're
That's
giving you an
correct.
appointment
Uh,
where they're going to talk to you a little bit more about this. Correct?
that's correct. They are, and they told me to be prepared to uh, to go forth. I'll put it that way.
Copy. Well,
To,
I'm excited. I know that this is very very close based on what they're doing. This HCL thing today that happened, the banks know. The banks know what happened today, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they treated you with respect.
mhm. Let me ask you something.
Hmm.
Since and I believe it's already done. I
Hmm.
believe they have a rate
What's that?
because they would not be able to transfer the kind of oil they're transferring all over the world. And I know where those ports are and everything.
Right.
And um, go ahead.
How if you transport that oil and it reaches its destination and it's paid at 1310, the people that delivered it are going to have to come up with millions more just to finish the delivery. There's no profitability in delivering it at 1310. It costs more to deliver it than it costs, or than the profit that they would receive from it. It's
That's correct.
stupid. It is beyond stupid to even think to fathom that this is being sold at 1310. Now maybe at a little bit, maybe you can fix that, but no, I think we're ready. I think
No,
we're
I mean, with the size of the amount of oil that we're discussing here,
yeah. That's
a
another good
day,
point.
and Iraq needs this money bad because they've got all these companies that are waiting like with bated breath to move forward on all these, these what they call, I guess, they're not what do they call that? Before you have the legit contract because you don't have a price. What do they call that? A memorandum of understanding.
MOU.
You know, yeah, right. So, if I'm a businessman, I mean, I'm thinking every day we're losing all kinds of money and time and all that. I mean, it's like this is insane.
I like
So,
I like what you said because I didn't think about it. I'm gonna bring it up when I talk with my friends. The amount of oil that is being moved right now is another indication that there is a new exchange rate because it is so massive. Now, if it was a smaller amount, one tanker, whatever, okay, maybe you can do that with that 1310. No, you're putting all your pennies in one basket. Wow,
no,
that's a
that's not going to happen.
lot of oil to be sold at 1310. Very good point, Paul.
And
I
not only
appreciate it.
that, I mean, the oil is a big thing with with Russia and everything that's being discussed. I don't know how closely you're following all that with Trump and all the issues that are the back stuff that's going. And I'm involved with several other high level people that go to Mar-a-Lago regularly. I won't say any names, but and I get intel from those people, and I
Good.
trust them because I've known them for 7, 8, 9 years now.
And
And
and obviously they're talking to the right people. They're not
right,
talking to the people that don't want this. Got it?
well,
and
those
they're
are the
out
people
there.
that want the old fiat dollar, the one that's
Yeah,
been bankrupt since 2018.
because
And
they want to keep the noose very tight. That's all.
right, well,
And
they want
Trump
to keep
doesn't
the
want that.
majority of people on the rat wheel of life, which is slavery, and it's caused a lot of you know marriages to be broken up, with deaths, with fake diseases, mass. They've got us so pinned down right now by the finances, and people are hurting. And when people are hurting, they do crazy things.
Tell me about it.
And
Oh,
I hear you every day. You're helping a particular friend. And there's so much technology that's been hidden that could help these people out, and
mm,
it's so ugly.
yeah.
And then I try to inform people on my social media, and I'd say 80% of them, think I'm a lunatic. But I'm sane, and I was, you know, my church, the Catholic Church, when I was raised in, I was an altar boy, and I graduated from a Catholic university right down the road from where you live, and it's like I'm ashamed at what they perpetrated. They're in on the crime.
Hopefully, we'll make a difference. I want to thank you,
Yep.
Paul, for your story.
Yep.
And if you
Well,
got anything
I
else from
appreciate you letting
Monday,
me tell it too,
if
and
any,
I'll give you an update.
appreciate it. There you go. That's what I was going to ask you. God
Yep.
bless you, my friend, and be strong, okay? Be safe.
Thank you. You
Yes,
too.
thank
Bye bye.
you. Bye bye. Walking stick. I said, sir, I was just calling because Eddie and Sammy are telling me that they have just announced on the television that the monetary reform of their currency, that the monetary reform of their currency has just been completed. And he responds back and he says, sorry, he took so long. And he says, yeah, yeah, you see, it's on paper. It's been on paper, and it's now being activated. It's now being put into circulation. To which I said, "Thank you, sir." So, how did you like your UB2B tonight? What you think, family? We're right on the precipice. We're right there. I don't know when it's going to happen. I hope it happens this year. I hope it happens this month. I hope it happens tomorrow. Now, look at here. There's a mass rush of people that are trying to get into KTFA, and there is a massive amount of you people calling. Um, I can't keep up with you. I'm so sorry. And now that we're headed to the obvious, there's like an accordion, like a Venturi compression effect that is causing some issues. I am not a wealth management advisor, and I can't be. As much as you try to make me one, I can't. You can't call me and ask me questions like you're doing, some of you. Also, when this blessing occurs, many of you are now panicking and saying, how are we going to get you, Frank? How are we going to get you, Frank? You're not. I'm sorry, I have to move on. I could teach about other currencies, other things, but no, what little time I have left on this planet will be to teach about the glory of God, the Word of God, to bring people to Jesus. And that's what KTFA is going to do. And I've said it 100 times. I'll say it 101 times. When the blessing occurs, we will shut down. I will not be doing UB2Bs. KTFA will still be up. You don't have the banks that you can exchange at. It'll be on the CBI website. But I'm going to need time. My KTFA staff is going to need time to establish ourselves. And I'm looking at least for 3 months. If it's less, fine. But about 3 months after the blessing occurs, then I will return on my form at ktfolways.com. So I told you there was a good reason for you to be a member of our forum. Um, everybody will get the banks. It's nice. You'll get them on our forum, but everybody will get them. Aki told me the CBI will supply them for everybody. You won't be left out. You didn't even know about these banks until I told you. And that's good. That's good information, isn't it? You take it to God in prayer. I hope you can use it. Now, my intentions are in those 3 months to establish an office where I will have people that can call me. Many of you will continue to want to purchase the products that you buy from us. because of medical needs. Thank you, sir. Many of you have medical needs. So, we'll be able to. I'm hoping to have an office where I have somebody to answer the phone. KTFOs.com. How can I help you? I need to talk to Frank26. No, I'm sorry, you can't do that. I am a widow. What's your name and your phone number? I am an orphan. What's your name and your phone number? I'm handicapped. What's your name and your phone number? My staff will take those down. Once they've vetted that they are real, then they'll give them to me, and I will call. I'll get a hold of you. I'll help, like I promised. The orphans and the widows and those that need help, blind, deaf, handicapped. Kevin sent me his picture today.
Yep.
Oh, I got rid of it. I should. Son of a gun. Yeah, I got rid of it. I have to ask him to send me another. Remember, I told you about the guy that I met at Waikiki, and he's got multiple MS, ALS. Yeah, yeah. He sent me a picture today. He says, "I've been out of my wheelchair for 3 weeks. I'm back again. Look," and he's I am mobile again. Oh, bless your heart. Anyway, so you won't be able to get a hold of me unless you are the ones that I promise that I will always be there for you. Our staff will answer the phone. You need products, our staff will answer the phone. You're going to be wanting to buy gold. You're going to be wanting to buy Vietnamese Dawn. Our staff will answer the phone. Then, 3 months later, my intentions are to come back, and we'll make announcements on our KTFI, our ktfalways.com on our forum, and we will let you know where we're going, what we're doing. Will premium still will premium still be up? Yeah. Anyways, family, that I wanted to tell you, yeah, you know, you're panicking too much. You're going to be fine. There'll be plenty of places for you to exchange. Your biggest problem is that once you exchange, how are you going to protect it? That's what you have to seek. And I don't mean just from, you know, strangers or the IRS, but your best friend. Umberto has just climbed up to a category 4 hurricane. Hmm. If you're in that area, God bless you all. Take cover. Am I done, Tank?
So
I think I've done everything. Let me look at my notes here real quick over here. Oh, I went to go see my grandson, and they won. Oh, I showed you in the first video. I showed you the score, 52 to no 54, 54 to 21. And I went to go and be with my our daughter, our grandson, and our granddaughter. They're all Taekwondo. The grandson is third degree black belt. Kenzie is
our grandson is
second degree black belt.
granddaughter's
Granddaughter's
third,
third degree black belt,
daughter's
and our
fourth.
daughter's fourth degree, going on fifth degree black belt. And she just got back early today from another world competition. These are my daughter's world titles. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. She's got about 17 world titles. And she's Taekwondo going on fifth degree. And her daughter and her son is are also in the same category. I'm very proud of her. In fact, check this out. When they were 12 and 14, I took them in our dojo, in our home, and I said, I'm going to teach you martial arts. And they became my students, our two children and my wife. And check this out. I didn't know it until after I took the picture when I went like this, right there. Oh, you can't. Like, oh, yeah, I can. Right there is a picture that she drew when she was just 12 years old, when I was teaching her how to do her high reverse kicks. I couldn't believe that she had that down in there. And with all, so from that first day of learning how to fight with the Taekwondo style, she then developed into this world champion. Oh my goodness. Very proud of our daughter. Anyways, I'm looking to see boom boom boom. Okay, boom boom. No. Oh, can I show? I don't have our grandson picture. You have the picture. You don't want me to show it? Okay. But I can show the game. You see? There he this is he's on the field right there. Well, if you study the Iraqi dinar, shoot, we were done a long time ago, huh? But if you stick around for Aloha, uh why don't we show them the greenhouse, okay?
I don't know. The camera will
We can
do
take
what?
them in. We take them in real quick. We're slowly putting back all of our friends back into the greenhouse. Come, I'll show you what we did. Again, if you're done studying the Iraqi dinar with me, God bless you. You have yourself a safe evening, okay? And if you want to see a little something, come over here. It's a slow process, but this side is starting to get filled where they have the big ones. Those are avocado trees. They produce avocado, rubber trees, olive, mango, papaya, guava. My favorite, I showed this to you earlier, one of my favorite ones, because it's so cute, so different. Remember, it had a little duck face to it? Quack, 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 quack. This is pepper, believe it or not. But this is pepper in the large piece, right? And watch this. This is pepper over here in the small. I'll, I'll let it drop and then they regrow again. But this is our greenhouse that we're slowly starting to put back together. Over here is the plumerias. This is what they make leis out of in Hawaii. They make leis out of these guys. This is the plumerias. Very, very pretty. Well, God bless you all, family. Be safe, okay? Take care of each other. Pray for each other. Lift each other. Support each other. Be there for each other. Because God always is. Do you understand what happened today? I had to make sure that Eddie, Sammy, Neil, everybody out there, all the Iraqis that watch us, I showed you a picture of them watching us. I had to make sure they understood. And you know what? They said, you didn't have to tell us anything. We understood. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.